Hello students and welcome to another video lecture from Architects Academy. Today we are going to learn how to draw a perspective of an object by using two vanishing points. In the earlier lectures we had studied what is meant by a perspective view. So in that we had seen what is meant by a horizon line. So let us first draw the horizon line. The horizontal line here is representing the horizon line. Let us draw two vanishing points on the horizon line, VP1 and VP2. Now you will see that the horizon line is also the eye level of the observer. So let us call this line as the horizon line, and let us also term it as the eye level. So what you are going to see here is that all the points on this particular line are going to lie at the eye level of the observer. Now we are going to draw a simple object like a cube. So for that, we'll be just drawing a small sketch or a rough sketch which will show how this object is going to look like. In the first view, we are going to draw the object as if it is seen from the top. So we are going to see the top and the sides of the object. So for that purpose, the object has to lie below the eye level of the observer. Only then we'll be able to see the top of the object. So what we are going to do is we are going to start drawing the object. The first thing that we are going to draw is the edge of the object, which we are going to see here. And then we are going to vanish this edge towards point VP1 and towards point VP1 again, a lower point of this edge. And again we are going to repeat the same process towards the vanishing point VP2. The lines which we are drawing are dashed lines because they are rough lines. Now what you're seeing is that the two faces of the cube are formed, which are vanishing towards the two vanishing points. Now let us define these faces by drawing the vertical lines which will represent the edge of the face. So now we have got these two vertical lines representing the two faces of the cube. Let us complete those faces. And now what you're seeing is the two faces of the cube. Now since we are seeing the cube from a level which is higher than the cube, we also see the top of the cube. So to see the top of the cube, the edges of the cube will have to be vanished towards the vanishing point again. So these are the rough lines which is representing the edges. And now we'll complete the edges of the cube, and now we are getting the top of the cube. So as you can see here, we are seeing a cube in such a way that we are seeing the two sides and the top of the cube, because the eye level in this case is higher than the actual object. So this is sort of what we can call as a bird's eye view. Now let us consider that the cube is kept exactly on the horizon line, so that now the eye level of the observer is exactly on the horizon line. So in such a case, we'll be seeing that we'll neither be seeing the top of the cube nor the bottom of the cube, but we'll be seeing only the two faces of the cube. So let us complete this two faces of the cube. And now what we are seeing is the object from eye level. That means that the eye level of the observer and the horizon line are the same. So this is the type of a view which will be seen by an observer who is lying on the ground or by a worm who is looking at the object from the ground level. Now in the third case, let us try to draw the object as if the object is floating in the air. So now let us call this lower view as the bird's eye view. Let us call this other view as the worm's eye view. And now let us try to draw a view where the object is placed at a level which is above the eye level, means as if the object is floating in the air. So for that, first let us draw the edge of the cube, and in the same way that we had done for the lower two objects, let us complete these faces by vanishing them towards the vanishing point. Now the edges of the object would remain the same vertical lines. So as you can see, these vertical lines will remain vertical. And now what we'll be start seeing is the bottom face of the cube. So these lines are now representing the bottom of the cube. Let us complete the bottom face. Right. So now what we are seeing is the bottom face of the cube as if the object is floating above the eye level. So if I shade this particular face, it is going to be the bottom face of the cube, and the other face here is going to be the top face of the cube. So this is how we draw a cube in 3D by using two vanishing points, by having different eye levels or placing the object at different eye levels. Thank you.